You want me to put that on my Tudor?
Harry's wife. Quick deals, quick cash. When you become ensnared with the narcissist, especially in a situation where the narcissist is involving you in a romantic entanglement, you invariably have a millstone around your neck. You find yourself, although not necessarily recognizing it, as part of the parasitic existence of the narcissist. The narcissist feeds off you, controlling your actions, controlling who you fraternize with, controlling your decisions, all in order to ensure that you don't threaten the narcissist's control and that you continue to provide the fuel that the narcissist needs so much of. Furthermore, it enables the narcissist to draw those character traits from you and those all-important residual benefits. Some narcissists will come to the table and flex their wealth, and that you become the beneficiary of their magnanimity. In other instances, you find that the narcissist becomes a burden, leeching off you financially, wanting to borrow money from you that doesn't become repaid because of a lack of a sense of accountability, always inviting you to pay for things, making excuses to how they cannot, playing the victim with regard to circumstance so that you are the individual that has to come along and help out. You watch as your resources become depleted, whether those resources are money, assets, your time, your energy. The narcissist feeds upon them, taking and taking and taking. And invariably the ensnared empath will sometimes recognize that they are being taken for a ride, but they would feel guilty to stop providing this supply of assets and time and money and energy to the narcissist, so they do not. Or they believe that it is their obligation, it's part of the marriage pact that they entered into. Or that their compassion, corrupted by their emotional thinking, causes them to believe, well, the narcissist, although they don't necessarily view them as such, cannot help their parlous financial circumstances, or it's only right that I support them. And thus, blinded by emotional thinking, the empathic victim finds themselves giving. The codependent, of course, exists to give, but even they are taken advantage of by the narcissist that will take and take and take. And this is the behavior, the dynamic that Harry has with his wife, the narcissist Harry's wife, that is causing him such financial difficulty, which is manifested in an article by the Daily Mail by Elmira Tanatarova that tells us, Prince Harry horrified Spotify bosses by admitting he signed quick deals to pay for security in Oprah interview. Spotify executives were horrified by Prince Harry's admission he had signed lots of deals in a hurry to make money as their podcasting deal comes to an end. Pausing there. He had money, but it was quickly being eroded because of the spending habits of his wife, the narcissist. And alongside that, of course, the level of demand that was being made and the sense of obligation that he had caused him to need cash, quick, and thus he had to enter into these deals. Speaking to Palace Confidential, the Daily Mail's diary editor Richard Eden recalled Prince Harry and Harry's wife's explosive interview with Oprah Winfrey in 2021, when the Duke discussed his financial worries after his family security was withdrawn. Speaking in March 2021, Prince Harry said that the multi-million-pound deals he had signed with streaming giant Spotify and Netflix was never part of the plan, and insisted that was suggested by somebody else, by the point of where my family literally cut me off financially, and I had to afford security for us. A week after Spotify announced it was parting ways with the Sussexes following just one series of Harry's wife's podcast series, Archetypes, Eden claimed Harry's admission left Spotify bosses reeling. It takes an awful lot of work to produce a podcast. It's serious work. It's planning. He said, you can't just turn up and say, oh, what shall we do today? He added, that's shown by, I had to listen to these podcasts for the programme, so frankly, I'm not surprised it's coming to an end. The Daily Mail's royal editor, Rebecca English, agreed with her fellow panellists, saying both Spotify and the Sussexes had put a brave face on the end of the deal, but it was undoubtedly a blow to the couple. She said, what it gets to the heart of is, what is it that they can sell? English added that, although the Sussexes likely wanted to make worthy programmes, championing causes they care about, which of course is the facade management that Harry's wife engages in, streaming giants are more interested in what it means to be a member of the royal family. I think anybody, even their biggest supporters, will admit people are not given multi-million pound deals with no track record in the industry on the basis they're going to produce some incredibly worthy programmes over a number of years, she continued. As the Sussexes' next move appears uncertain, English said that despite rumours, Prince Harry's Netflix project about the Invictus Games had been axed. It is still slated to go ahead this summer. Eden said, to be fair, that could be really interesting. Accordingly, it was revealed that Harry admitted that he needed to get those deals done quickly because he had taken on the mantle of excessive financial expenditure. Now, Harry's always been used to a life of privilege, and he is, or at least was, a multimillionaire. Harry's wife had made some money of her own through appearing in Suits, but it's soon become the case, driven by her somatic narcissism, that she believes that she's entitled to a particular style of living which is way beyond that she can afford, and she expects to be subsidised by other individuals. And this is the heart of the issue. That Harry found it necessary to sign up quick deals to make some quick cash because of the needs of his wife. And this particular residual benefit is such that so long as he was able to deliver on the money, then things would tick along reasonably well. However, as a combination of her becoming bored of his fuel, although she doesn't realise that, and the financial pressures that they are under, see parts passim, with regard to broke, disengagement looms, this demonstrates again the demands that the narcissist makes in terms of financial support, the lack of concern as to how this impacts upon somebody else. Harry will be stressing over this, worrying about where the money is going to come from, how they're going to create more money. The bank of Dad isn't open. But you can imagine that at some juncture Harry's wife will be encouraging him to try and get more money out of Prince Charles. You will think, the absolute cheek, but remember, she has no sense of shame. There is no embarrassment. She doesn't care about whether this humiliates Harry if he has to go down on bended knee and crawl to his father seeking support. All she cares about is the residual benefit, because her narcissism recognises that the residual benefit is what enables her to get to the other prime aims, and that is all that it cares about. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.